Hello everybody, and welcome to the first round of AOR Bahrain. This is a new season with very competitive drivers. Last season I finished 10th in the championship after making a switch to the wheel earlier on last season. I did, in the first 5 races, I only entered in 2 because I was busy and whatnot. I used the pad in the other 2. From Monaco onwards, I switched to the wheel. So yeah, I've been on the wheel ever since, and you can see here, this is although this track is good for the pad, it's actually decent for me in the wheel. You can see here on to start our lap. Get a good slipstream from Prenes. To turn 1, broke a little bit too early, but it's fine so far. Had to short shift to forces to get that extra traction. Now going into turn 3 or 4. Yeah, braking, it's all good so far. You can see here my best lap so far is 27.7 on the hards, which is decent. But see through here, it's actually looks all good, but then kind of ran slightly wide there, almost losing the car there, so lost a little bit of time there. There's also a lot of traffic. Now here, this is heading to the most difficult corner on the track, but spotting that quite well. So the lap so far is actually pretty decent. And then onto the next one, you see this is where it was going wrong slightly, because I ran slightly wide there, and then this corner it's pretty good. But then going onto the final corner now, this is where I lost most of the time, because you can see here, turning too late, run wide well off the track, and cost quite a bit of time, and yeah, ended up qualifying in P5, which is not too bad. You see Vassar Racer got pole, but you can see how close it is between the fields, and that mistakes could have potentially cost me pole, but it's fine. 5th is still decent to start. So, but you can see here lining up in the grid, me and Blizzard, my teammate, he's a very good driver himself. He's starting right next to me, so hopefully we can have a good race, and we'll just have to see how it goes. So yeah, just waiting for everyone to line up in the grid, and on to 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go, and we get an okay-ish start. Usually starts aren't my strong point, but we get off the line fairly cleanly so far. See Blizzard, he's right next to me there, so briefly lost a position, but you don't want to lose any positions here, so we're side by side with Blizzard, but he backs out, and we end up maintaining P5, which is good. It's what we want. So yeah, yeah, this is a track where I'm actually pretty decent. Now you can see Danny and Vassar Racer battling. But yeah, see, I was only just over a 10th off pole, and without those couple of mistakes, I could have been at the front, because I actually had pretty good pace on here. You can see lap 3, I'm still keeping up with the train, showing that the pace is good. It looks like I'm dropping further back, but that's really only because I'm trying to save the tyres, because my tyre wear compared to other drivers is pretty good. So whilst everyone will be battling hard and using their tyres and ERS, we're just trying to save ERS, save the tyres, and yeah, just keep it consistent. So Blizzard at this point is keeping up with me, and I think I remember him saying in the party that he was wanting through at some point, But I said we'll just have to see how it goes, and you can clearly see that I am still keeping up with him, so there's not much point in letting him through at this point, especially when I feel I've got a lot more pace than this. But yeah, there's not really too much action. It's all pretty much stalemate at the moment. See, Vasa Racer, he is dropped down to P4 from pole position, so he's not had a great start to this race. You can see on to lap 10. This is what I was talking about saving the ERS, saving the tyre wear, because what we're trying to do is perform the overcut, and we're going to go on board with this lap here, just to show just how good the pace really was, because I was out at DRS range on the two guys in front, but you'll see the tyres are only on 59%, which is very good. And if you have good fresh tyres, that can really help you. So you can see here Louis and the racing point of, I think it's Prenes. They've got good pace up front, but we're catching up to them, just demonstrating just how much potential we have. And we were 1.5 seconds as we crossed the start finish line, but we're now in the DRS. Tyres only on just over 60%, so they can easily do another lap. They still feel pretty good, and we're just pushing as hard as possible. Still have a lot of ERS to play with, showing that the overcut is possible. It goes purple in sector 2, and you can just see here we're just closing on them, because the pace is really good, which is really encouraging. But yeah, those two guys pit, and we end up staying out an extra lap, do a fastest lap of the race, and yeah, we're now on to end of lap 12. Now this lap was really good as well, because we were green on both sector 1 and 2, just showing just how good that lap was. But pitting here, and this is where it potentially cost me the race, because as we're going into the pits, you can see here we get held up, and it costs us about 2 seconds there. Now you'll be able to see where I emerge, but 2 seconds lost is quite a lot. You can see here Racing Points and Danny MG all goes past, and I end up behind Blizzard and Fabio, but Blizzard and Fabio have it coming together. And yeah, if that didn't happen, I definitely would have been ahead of Blizzard and possibly ahead of Vasa Racer. So that was really annoying, because I felt I had really good pace, but when you're stuck in a DRS train, it's difficult to make passes. But you can see here Casper, he's straight behind me, goes for a little look. He's another one that he's really fast as well, but he qualified poorly. But you can see here he ends up having a big waft of understeer and goes off the track, and he hits the wall, and he had to pit for a new wing, more or less ruining his race. Then you can see here I made a huge mistake locking up, going so wide. Ended up getting a warning, even though that I lost a lot of time, so we end up dropping out of the DRS range for now. But despite that, we got back within the DRS, again showing just how good the pace was. So but because we don't have much DRS, we have to try and save it, which is definitely possible when you're in a big train. But we're just stuck here pretty much. But you can see here Blizzard goes for a move in Vasa Racer, but so that's slowing them both down, and I think he ends up falling out the DRS zone. He was also struggling in his tyres as well, and DRS, whereas my tyre was very good. So Blizzard goes through ahead of Vasa Racer and goes up into P4, but we're just pretty much stuck there, and I felt that the pace was really good, and especially when your teammate's right in front of you, you can't really make too much moves, which is a shame. But But yeah, we just need to try and work together. But then you can see here, we're right up behind Blizzard now. We set the ERS, so we can maybe try and launch an attack, because we are close enough to him. He's struggling for tyre wear and ERS, because his tyre wear, I think at the start of the lap, was kind of nearing puncture territory, whereas mine was just over 60%. So we're currently in 6th place at the moment. But yeah, we're just stuck on that train. But now we're right behind Blizzard, because we want to try and make a move at some point, but need to try and be cautious as well. So we look to the inside there, but it's too risky to do it on your teammate. But at this point I was just frustrated, just stuck behind my teammate and other cars. But you'll see later on that I end up going for a pretty optimistic move later on. It almost loses the car there. We're still on board, we're still right behind, and we've got plenty of race to play, so we should have good traction and stuff. So we put it into hot lap, and we're right behind them now. So we're hoping to try and set up a move. So we're closing in on Blizzard, but because we're on to the final lap, and there's a big gap to Paris behind. But you can see here, close to Blizzard and up the inside of Blizzard, and yeah, ended up spinning, hitting the wall. Sparks and Paris go through, and Hugh Golf and also Gamer goes through as well, so end up dropping to P10. And yeah, that was a stupid move to do. I don't know why I did that, so which cost me 6th position. So he almost lost a position to Titian as well, so only just got a point. But we finished in 6th. Blizzard finished in 4th position, but Vasta Racer's penalty got removed, so Blizzard ended up getting in 5th. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. It was a very entertaining race, and we'll hopefully see you in the next one, which will be, I believe, in Belgium. The next track's Belgium. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.